People think love becomes painful when it ends. I don't think that's true. I think love becomes painful the moment it becomes real. When you don't love someone, there isn't much they can take from you. A stranger can ignore your text, and you'll forget about it by dinner. A stranger can walk out of your life and nothing changes. A stranger can misunderstand you, and you'll sleep just fine that night. But love changes the weight of everything. Suddenly, a delayed reply means more. A different tone means more. A bad day means more. The closer someone gets to your heart, the more power they have to bruise it without even trying. That's the strange thing about love. The deeper your understanding of it becomes, the deeper your understanding of pain becomes too. Not because love is cruel, but because love creates vulnerabilities that didn't exist before. Before you loved someone, you didn't know what it felt like to miss a voice. You didn't know a particular laugh could become a comfort. You didn't know one person's presence could turn an ordinary day into a good one. And because you didn't know those things, you couldn't lose them. Love introduces you to joys that become losses waiting to happen. That's the deal nobody talks about. Every beautiful thing love gives you comes with a shadow attached. The more someone's opinion matters to you, the more their criticism hurts. The more you trust someone, the more betrayal can wound you. The more irreplaceable someone becomes, the more terrifying the thought of losing them feels. Love doesn't just teach happiness, it expands your capacity for suffering. And strangely, most people accept that trade, not because they're foolish, but because the pain isn't evidence that love failed. The pain is evidence that something mattered. Nobody mourns what never touched them. Nobody loses sleep over a connection that never reached their heart. The depth of the wound often reveals the depth of the attachment. That's why some people spend years trying to avoid love after being hurt. What they're really trying to avoid isn't another person. They're trying to avoid becoming vulnerable enough to lose something valuable again. But there is a cost to that too. The safest heart is often the loneliest one. To love deeply is to accept that one day grief may know your name. One day disappointment may know your name. One day heartbreak may know your name. Yet people continue to love anyway. Maybe that's what makes love remarkable. The more you know about love, the more you know about pain, not because they are opposites, because they grow from the same root. When people hear the word love, they usually think of another person, a partner, a spouse, someone they can't imagine living without. But love isn't limited to people. Sometimes it's a dog waiting by the door when you come home, a cat curled up beside you every night, a friend who feels like family, a parent, a child. The more you love something, the more you accept a painful truth. One day, you may have to live without it. A dog doesn't betray you. A dog doesn't leave because they stopped loving you. But if you love them long enough, one day you'll watch them grow old. And one day, you'll say goodbye. That's the strange thing about love. No matter what form it takes, it always asks the same question. Is the joy of having it worth the pain of eventually losing it? For most of us, the answer is yes. And maybe that's why loss hurts so much. Not because love wasn't worth it, but because it was.